Hello once again, and welcome to the 4th Track Titan Community Race here at Nurburgring in the Mercedes 190e EVO. And for the first time, I'm joined by a friend, by Mr. Thomas Jones, who's going to be assisting me throughout this race. Say hello, Tom.
Everyone.
He came too quiet there, but that's my fault. So, the drivers are currently just starting their qualifying session now. So, as they go around, have you got any thoughts about Nurburgring, Tom? Do you know what to expect?
Well, it's a very tight turn one, isn't it, as always? So
It is, isn't it?
it's going to be very
It's gonna be
difficult in
awful.
there. And with the standard from last week, I'm expecting a few collisions there. Hopefully not too, not too horrific. And the second race, that's going to be very exciting for the top drivers coming through, trying to avoid getting taken out into turn one.
Yeah, hopefully the standard is stepped up a little bit. I mean, so for those of you who aren't in our Discord and just follow us through the live streams, the last race that we had was the Mazda 787Bs at Imola, and it was an interesting start at the back of the pack for a lot of drivers. With some fantastic snaps provided by Evil Goblin, we saw that what essentially happened in the first, not even a corner at Imola, is it? It's a bend.
Yeah, pretty much.
It basically, what happened can only be described as a crime upon racing. But we've got a few drivers out now, so we've got the top three, as we should expect them to be from practice: Jesus 666, Max Tiger, and Michelle Rodriguez, topping the charts in practice, hoping to come top three in the qualifying. The question is, can Michelle Rodriguez put it on pole once again, like he did last time? He did lose the lead, but he put it on pole. So, Tom, do you want to jump on board with who's around? Who's coming across the line right now? Let's have a look. Let's look at Michelle Rodriguez. He's just coming to the first corner, Tom.
Yeah.
Can you give us a look around the lap?
Sure thing. So down to second gear for turn one, all the way from sixth gear where they're at 230, nearly 230 Ks. Keeping it up to third gear around turn two here. Nice arena section. Lots of understeer happens through here, so you've got to be quite careful. Big lock up on the inside wheel there into turn three. That would definitely lose some time. And then down to second for the next corner. Nice straight section here. Nice to open up and just give yourself a little bit to reset into what you're trying to do. Up to fifth briefly, and then straight back down to third gear, keeping it nice and tight and then letting it drift out with the camber. Using the camber again for the next corner, just down to second gear, accelerating out all the way down to the hairpin. Up to fifth gear along here with speeds of up to 200 kilometers an hour. Hard braking just after the curb starts. Down to second again. Now you can either hold the inside like it's happening here, or you can take it as a double apex. Either way, big push up out here to the S's, which is another fourth gear corner. Be careful of the curb on the inside, don't want to get on that because it will all upset the rear. Can use the curb on the right as shown there, and a big push now to the next one. Hard on the brakes there just as you get to the AstroTurf on the right, using the camber again to carry a bit more speed than you would be able to normally, and then straight back down to third gear to boost off down to the back straight here. Nice bit to reset and just let yourself focus as you push down hard into the tighter of the two chicane configurations that we're running here today. Sixth gear, speeds 220 Ks, hard on the brakes, avoid the lockup, use the curbs on the inside, but be careful when trying to use the exit curb there. Pushing in now into third gear and then back down to second. Don't really want to be using first because you'll lock the rear axle. Hugging it nice and tight and then accelerating hard out onto the back, start finish straight to fit across the line, and that is a lap.
That was beautiful. That's better than I've ever done. I'll tell you that now. See, this is why we have Tom here. He's the one that's actually got the racing experience. I'm just a fool. I'm just a fool with a microphone. Michelle Rodriguez then putting it on provisional pole with a 2:12.192, just ahead of Max Tiger. Let's see if Jesus is going to have the answer. He doesn't right now. He's got two purple sectors as he's coming through. And Jesus puts it on pole. A 2:11.814. He's 2/10 clear of Michelle Rodriguez already. Just after one line. He's jumped in the pits.
Yep. Well, Michelle Rodriguez isn't going to do another lap because they're stuck behind.
He's backed off himself. He's stuck behind a back marker.
I'm not sure exactly who that is, but that's definitely lap gone for them.
Well, if Michelle Rodriguez can make it round to complete another lap, which it might be tight, he might go for one last lunge at pole as he's coming through the Dunlop curve here. Let's see if he can. He's got 1 minute and 12 to get all the way through the Schumacher races, through the chicane. Goodness me, this is going to be the question of the qualifying.
I don't think there's enough time. It's about 2 minute 11 lap, and I think they crossed the line just about the 2 minute mark. So
wow, this is going to be
losing a lot of time there.
Losing his stealth.
Oh, and the person behind it has dropped it.
Max from Track Titan has dropped it just behind Michelle Rodriguez.
Pushing hard and just pushed a bit too hard, I think.
He's pushed a bit too hard. He's exceeded the grip limits of the rear axle. Terrible. And he's getting pushed out wide by a backmarker here, David Dossetti. Hopefully that doesn't become a recurring theme for David here. Or Max, likewise.
No,
Michelle Rodriguez coming around the final corner with 17 seconds left. It looks like he's going to scrape another lap.
It's going to be close.
Yeah,
I think he's just going to do it.
He's just about managed to get another lap in. This is going to be a big question now as to whether he can match Jesus. As we see the timing tower begin to appear for you all. You can see the difference there. You've got 2/10.
Big lock up into turn one. Huge lock up into turn one. That's going to cost so much time.
Can he get a single green sector? As he comes round, we'll get informed as he comes out of the arena, I believe.
Yeah, another big lock-up. He's going to have a fantastic second and third sector.
He really is. He's going to have to make up some time later, some lost time. And as he's coming through to finish the first sector, our timing tower is saying that he's going orange. He's not improved on his first sector time. As a matter of fact, he's already 4/10 down on Jesus' first sector time. Jesus putting in 2 purple sectors and a green sector to get his fastest lap. The man's a machine.
There we go, we'll see. Another big braking zone, another big lock-up. I think that's just lap over at that point.
I think that's it. I think that might be it for Michelle Rodriguez. So it looks like your top 3 is going to be Jesus 666 lines up on pole once again, followed by Michelle Rodriguez, followed by Max Taker from Track Titan. I'm sure we'll go through the final results as Michelle Rodriguez gets a bit of drift going. A lot of the drivers have been complaining actually. This is a bit of a rear happy car. I think there was a fantastic quote somewhere that they said Mercedes must have designed this with the Japanese because all they want to do is drift.
I saw that one as well.
It seems very true for this car. I had a little driver that I couldn't control it. It's terrible, you know. I mean that's 90s DTM. That's what it's for, you know. It's a bit of craziness.
It's great to watch though.
I mean that's very true. It is great to watch. So I'm sure the qualifying session will come to an end when Michelle Rodriguez comes around to the corner. And we'll go into our first race. We've got 2 races today. 2 15-minute races. The first one lining up on qualifying as we are now. The second one is going to be a reversed grid from how we finished the first race. So we're going to have some interesting battles as the leaders try and battle their way through some back markers. So we've got a few drivers going round as the drivers make their way into the pits now, and the next session is about to start. So here we are, getting ready for the race. As the drivers are lining up, we've got, I believe, a minute, potentially, until the drivers get to go. Some good luck wishes going out in the chat. Nice to see. It's a 5-minute wait time. This doesn't seem right.
Oh, and servers put my car on the track, which is...
Well, I'd get off the track as soon as possible. We seem like we've got a server issue here. I wish I could stop this, but it looks like we're going to be sat here for 5 minutes discussing a race to come up. This is going to be an awkward silence.
Well, it doesn't have to be. We can talk about what's going to happen ahead.
Oh,
and I'm quite concerned because I have 2 cars starting behind where my car is. This is quite peculiar.
Can you not jump into the pit stop?
I'm desperately trying. This is, of course, one of the limitations of the Assetto Corsa.
Well, yeah. Welcome to Assetto Corsa. This is Charles Fire. We've got 3.5 minutes to the green light. What do you reckon is going through the drivers' minds right now? I know what's going through your mind, Tom. I've been mad panic, but you know, are these drivers thinking the same?
The people behind me might be, indeed, but at the front you've got to be concerned. You're going to be worried about the people coming in from behind, trying to send you. But I think realistically, they just need to make sure they nail the start, and then make sure they get their braking points, and just hope they get out the way in time.
I think this first corner is going to be the deciding factor for a lot of drivers. Like you said on the hot lap, it's a tight first corner. I think it's the tightest first corner we've had in any of our races. You know, we've only raced at Silverstone, Imola, and memory is not serving me very well right now. But we've raced another track without a very tight first corner, I swear.
Oh, and Alex Heller has disconnected.
Alex Heller has had enough Vallelonga. That's where else we raced with another track with a very long flowing first corner. So I think this is going to be a bit of a interesting one for some of the drivers because, well, if they've been racing in the community races and just the community races, which some of them I doubt they have, some of them are very experienced. But as is the famous quote, no heroics in Sandevot. Hopefully none of these drivers think the same.
You can't win the race on the first corner, but you can certainly lose it. I'm desperately trying to get the car back in the pits.
I agree. I mean, in my racing experience, I mean that's all I do. But there again, I've not won many races, so that just goes to prove, doesn't it? The more experienced driver here is telling us the truth.
But Chappers, it's a bit hard to win the race from the back.
I mean, from the back, you might be hard pressed to make many positions up. Although, well,
realistically, if you're starting last, you can't lose any positions, which is always the bright side for you when you're racing.
I would have a retort to that, but it's very true. It's very true. I mean, this is a downhill. It's a downhill braking, a height tight turn. That's exactly what I live and breathe. You know,
it's all the things you don't want from first corner when you're in a bunched up standing start like this.
You know what? Jesus might be a happy man, although he is starting on the wrong side of the grid. For a right-hand turn, Michelle Rodriguez might have a run into the first corner.
But if he can hold it round the outside, he'll get a slightly better drive. Should get a slightly better drive off the corner, and then he's got the inside for the next 2. Which
very true. Are we going to see a repeat of the F1 Grand Prix here? And then Bottas got run wide, I think, right?
Yeah, I think so.
As we see a packed grandstand behind the drivers, socially distancing in Assetto Corsa. The COVID is still affecting the Assetto Corsa world.
Of course, with Freedom Day seconds. Yesterday in the UK, well, England.
That's why we're in Germany. That's why we're in Germany.
And we're in Germany. Oh, of course.
Here we go. 16 seconds. All the excitement has been building up to now. Are you ready?
I am indeed. Well,
I'm not. 6 lights. On. And they're off. And it looks like Michelle Rodriguez has made a good start, but maybe not as good as Jesus. They're coming down towards the first corner. That's a long straight into this first right-hander. Michelle Rodriguez is on his rear quarter, on Jesus' rear quarter, looking to make a move into the first corner. Let's see if he can get it to stick. On ball with Jesus into the first corner. He looks like
is that a relatively clean turn 1?
That is impressively clean turn 1. I mean, I can't see the back right now, but
the worst possible turn 1 for the season, and everyone makes it through unscathed.
Unscathed, and it looks like Jesus has managed to get 7/10 of a gap on Michelle Rodriguez. Michelle Rodriguez now having to fend off Max Teicher coming into turn 3.
I've lied,
Deep
Alex
trail
Heller's
braking. Max Taker looking for a move up the inside. Oh, having to break deep into this fast left-hander. Coming down towards the hairpin. You've got three, line astern. Michelle Rodriguez, Max Taker, and Diogo Teixeira all coming down towards the hairpin, looking to make a move into the hairpin. Is anyone going to try it? A mad lunge. Max. And a lock-up from Michelle Rodriguez.
Let's see how they do. Got a nice big gap here, so they shouldn't be able to have any real attempts now until we're onto the chicane on the back straight, unless anyone makes a mistake through here. You don't want to be mounting that exit curve like that, Max. That entry curve, sorry.
Max looking to make some time up on Michelle Rodriguez, but out in front is Jesus once again. 1.2 seconds clear. Michelle Rodriguez having a moment. Max right on his rear.
Definitely an opportunity for a move now into the chicane, as long as he gets a good exit here. Bit tail happy going on the curve like that. Let's see how well the slipstream drags him back in.
Slipstream, a bit of an effect in the Mercedes. Do you reckon as much as some of the high downforce cars? Deep braking into the chicane. Max is a bit deeper braking there, but
Rodriguez
looking to make
again.
a move.
Questionable line through there by Taker, but on the inside for the final corner.
On the inside, Max Taker looking to make a move. He's got the inside of the corner. Is he going to get a good run out of the corner? This is the longest straight on the circuit here, the start finish. And it's not Michelle Rodriguez getting pushed by Max Taker once again.
Is racing, as they say.
Rubbing definitely is racing. We did say we'd have some 90s DTM action, and that's exactly what we're getting. Max Taker harnessing the German power. Is he going to make a move into turn one? He's not.
Again.
Once again, Michelle Rodriguez. Goodness me, Michelle Rodriguez is harsh on the brakes in this Mercedes. I feel sorry for the factory.
I think it's more the tyres I feel sorry for.
That's a good point. They've only got 15 minutes to last. Do you reckon these mediums are going to last? I would hope so.
Well, the more you lock them up, the worse they're going to get.
Very true. Max sniffing at the back of Michelle Rodriguez's exhaust. Can he try and make a move coming through these next corners? He's about 3/10 back. He's about 3/10 back. I'm not sure if there's going to be many moves made unless Michelle Rodriguez makes a mistake into this next corner.
If you've got a driver ahead of you making lots of mistakes like that, it can be quite off-putting when you're trying to look for a move.
Very true. Max braking quite a bit later than Michelle Rodriguez. Michelle Rodriguez locking up. Is Max going to get a better run out the corner thanks to that lockup?
Yep,
it looks like he might be, but he's lost the rear.
They've both lost the rear on the way out.
Max looking to the inside, coming to the Schumacher curves. A left, a right, using some of the curb, using not too much of the curb. Both drivers not looking to lose time. But they're both losing time to Jesus. All this battling is doing is losing them the lead.
He's going to have a very lonely race up there at this rate.
He always does.
Well, it's a lot closer at Imola.
It was, that's very true. Hopefully these boys can behave themselves and try and catch up with Jesus. Or else he's going to run away with this once again. But this is looking like the closest battle on track. Max looking to the inside and thinking better of it. But he's, Michelle Rodriguez locking up.
It's so clumsy. What's going on?
Oh, these drivers.
It's clearly going in, not intending for a move, and then the lock-up running Rodriguez wide, so it's just...
Michelle Rodriguez is defending hard there. You see him cut inside. He's not giving Max any quarter. Going down the long start-finish straight.
And Jesus just went a second and a half faster than them that lap.
Oh my goodness me. So he did. Michelle Rodriguez with a massive lockup once again into the first corner. Max not making the most of it, getting a little bit of time coming into the arena. Turn 2, left-hander. Turn 3, another
turn
left-hander.
1 there. Further back.
Further back. Let's cut further back quickly. Evil Goblin losing places. Further back in the field. Battling away with Avamanu and, well, a person whose name I cannot pronounce because it is in Mandarin. And I won't even try that. I'll butcher some other names, but I'm not even going to bother there.
Yep.
Evil Goblin losing the rear. Oh, he's not going to make up any places driving like this, Evil Goblin. But he's trying his best coming through into the left-hander over the Valvoline curve. This is a sponsored track, as you can tell. Go cut forward. Michelle Rodriguez, Max Taker coming into the hairpin. Michelle Rodriguez locking up the same place again. Max is going to try and look to take advantage of that using plenty of curb there, taking the V line. The track Titan, typical V line. We've made plenty of videos on it. If you subscribe, you'd know.
I have them popping up on my feed all the time.
We don't push out that many. We'll be producing more educational content, I'm sure. Max looking to give us some content as he's looking for an overtake. He's right on the rear of Michelle Rodriguez coming down the straight. This is as close as they've been the entire race.
Michelle needs to nail the braking point this time.
Michelle cannot mess this up once again. Let's go to a heli cam here. Michelle locking up again. Coming into the brakes. And he's losing time out of the corners, but still Max can't find a way past. Michelle Rodriguez is driving the widest Merc in the world.
Definitely. I think Max just needs to go a little bit later on the break through some of the corners.
Oh, but Max loses it! And he's crashed! He's gone around! Oh no, Max! He's touched the grass on the outside and he's lost a place now to Diogo Teixeira. Hands the podium position to him as Saliano Govaban comes through. He's going to try and make an overtake, I'm sure, as Sally, the overtake titan, into turn 1. Not quite got the speed to do it on Max here. Max, oh no, he's got on the grass a bit.
As well.
He's got on the grass a bit and he's just lost all the grip and it's sent him round. It's an unforgiving track, isn't it? In that part of the circuit too.
Definitely not the place you want to be having a moment.
It definitely is.
Fortunately, with the 0 damage we're running for these races, he was able to get recovered and not lose too many.
Yeah, he's only lost a single position so far. So looking at all good. Let's look a bit further back. It looks like Vetsku is getting into a battle. Oh, and there's a driver going around. It's the driver whose name I can't pronounce, and he's gone around. Oh no. Well, let's cut away from him so I don't have to try to pronounce his name again because it looks like Vetsku and Evil Goblin having a bit of a battle themselves, along with Abimanyu. Cutting through the drivers.
Goblin's just about a second or so behind, so he's got a bit to catch up there.
Vetsku, looks like we just missed half that battle, but it does look like
it's calmed down for a little bit.
It's calmed down. It's all
There is
calm.
a lot of lock-up marks on the way into the hairpin there. See loads of them all over the track.
The track is littered with discarded rubber. It's absolutely littered. So some of the drivers here clearly struggling with the braking. This, you know, it's a tricky car to drive. You know, credit to them for keeping it on track this long. It's even caught out some of the best drivers. We all know Max is a strong driver, and even he's been caught out here. Let's cut back towards them actually, because it looks like Max has gained a bit on Diogo Teixeira. And he's going to be looking to make a move within the next few laps. He's got 6 minutes and a lap left to try and get himself back into a podium position and chase down Michelle Rodriguez. Reckon he's got it on the cards?
Well, we'll have to see. He's gone far too hot into the final corner there, but he might get a slightly better exit. Cut back. We'll have to see here. Get the speed trap up if we can, see what they're doing down the back straight. Then we might be able to have an idea if he's going to be able to get in or not.
See if that's something that's possible with a set course.
Huge lock up ahead.
A massive lock up there.
Just makes the corner though.
And he's stayed ahead for now. Max is gaining all the time though. He's gained.
Yep. It's definitely slightly quicker. You don't really want to be driving too much on that. As I said, it's not the grippiest stuff.
Definitely is not. Through the arena section they come.
So much better run. We could see it and move definitely into the... He's on the inside. He could have it done before they even get to the braking zone at this point. Oh,
Diogo Teixeira is getting himself onto the grass. He's not doing himself any favours there. Max, getting tagged on the back.
Oh, that was close. Big lock up again.
Looking for a move to the inside once again, but Max looks to have the better run out the corner as Diogo touches the grass once again. Doesn't go around this time though. Unlike Max. And Max
another lock up from Rodriguez ahead.
Is he going to lose time to Max here?
Is he going to have any tyres left at the end of this race?
That's a good point. They are running mediums. They're only running mediums. They're not the strongest of tyres. But Max promoted back into the podium positions. Diogo Teixeira is going to look to learn from him. Study his lines. And of course, if he finishes behind him, he starts ahead of him for the next race. And they're still close together.
But Jesus has pulled 7 seconds in this race in 11 minutes.
In the last lap alone, Jesus was 2.5 seconds faster than Michelle Rodriguez.
Oh my word.
His fastest lap is about a second faster than any other driver on track. You know what? I
fairness, though,
slated.
he got a good start and he just went away, and everyone else been battling.
He's been proving the point of, you know, sometimes the best races, the race races you'll have just don't involve anyone else. You know.
Very true. Very true.
Rhea happy there. This is the closest battle on track. Still, we've got a few drivers closer together further back. Right towards the back, we've got in 11th place and 12th place. We've got Alex Heller and C. Clement battling for 11th.
Alex Heller's done quite well to regain the positions after spinning on the first lap.
Alex was a spinner on the first lap, wasn't he, after the arena? And so it was mid
of the arena, I believe it was.
Yeah, he's gained back
of it.
3 positions since then.
Yeah, I think so. I think that's about right.
Lapping currently,
what?
2 seconds a lap faster than C. Clement. So it looks like an overtake might be on the cards for these drivers very soon.
Definitely. Oh, they've got 2 laps left. Pretty sure it's about 2 laps left of this race.
Alex Heller just behind him. You can see him looking to make a move for this 11th place spot. Just ahead, Bolivar in 10th. Bolivar, the fan favourite, actually. I wonder if the Bolivar fan club makes another appearance. They've been about the last few times. But 3 drivers here, line astern. The closest battle on track looks like up ahead for 2nd and 3rd, or for 3rd and 4th rather. It's calmed down a bit.
He has, as he's just pulled away a bit. Bolivar's made a little mistake there, but hasn't lost him too much time. Just noticed.
So what are we thinking going into the second race, Tom? Do you reckon it's going to be another Jesus masterclass? You know, he's got to overtake the entire grid. If he finishes first here, that's, what, 14 people to get through?
It's going to be quite an ask of him, but...
Oh, in the background, see Clement going wide onto the sand. Not losing too much time to Alex Heller, but Alex Heller backed off a little bit to his previous pace. We move.
Ooh, going wide there by Heller as well.
Just looking back towards the front, Jesus is only 2.9 seconds ahead.
Has he had a spin?
He's had a bit of an incident. His last lap was a 2:17 dead. That's 5 seconds a lap slower than Michelle Rodriguez. He must have had an incident off camera. Michelle Rodriguez is going to look to catch him then. I mean, there's only got
2 laps left in this race.
Yeah, 2 laps left.
It's 15 minutes plus 1, so final 2 laps now.
If Jesus, is it a sign of the tyres going? If Jesus makes a rare mistake, that I mean, I wouldn't want to claim a god that makes no mistakes, you know, but he's proven
everybody's human at the end of the day.
Oof, not me. I'm too good for that.
Yeah, but you're not everybody, are you?
Yeah. I know that. But it looks like he's recovered himself now because he's already gained half a second on Michelle Rodriguez in the first 3 corners. So barring any major mistakes,
just right the wrongs and just run away again.
Once again,
he's toying with them. That's what he's doing.
He didn't have a spin, did he? He just slowed down.
No, he heard us talk about how quiet and boring and lonely his race must be, so he decided to slow down to give Rodriguez some hope.
You know what? If he's done that, I appreciate it for the entertainment value. Because it looks like there's not much going on track. Further back, Alex Heller is still trying to chase down C. Clement. He's still, 2 seconds behind, but right now the drivers are all having quite a lonely race.
Yeah.
So what I'm hearing is we're in for a bit of chaos in the second race, because this has not been the 90s DTM chaos that I've come to expect from these Mercs and this track.
I think if we had a couple more drivers here today, it definitely would have been the chaos you were expecting.
That is very true. And remember, if you're watching this and you want to get involved, you can do for free. We run them every Tuesday, this time, 7 o'clock UK time. Come along, join the Discord. If you head to tracktitan.io/race, we've got a step-by-step guide on how you can join us for the next race next week.
Now I just say, Jesus is now lapping.
The final lap.
Yeah, it just lapped someone onto the final lap.
He's already caught up to the back with some back markers.
Mhm.
Yeah, blue flags being served to Ismael Garcia. One of the slow drivers out there today, but it's a mixed ability. It's a mixed ability grid, isn't it?
Yep. I was watching during the practice and I noticed that I saw at least one person was using a keyboard. I don't know if they're in the race today, I don't think so, but they were using a keyboard during the practice, which is obviously going to be far slower than using a wheel.
Yeah, it's going. I'm not sure how they manage that, to be quite honest with you. As Ismael Garcia does go off in the background, maybe he is using a keyboard. I'm not sure. I'm not sure how you do it. Is he having a nightmare? Let's go a bit further back. Let's have a watch of him. This isn't bullying. We're constructing him because this is a lower ability driver. He's having a nightmare. You know what happens? You get in your own head.
Oh, Clement's crashed. Clement has crashed.
C. Clement has gone off.
Hard
He's
into the
gone off
barriers
at
at
the
turn
back.
1.
And that promotes Alex Hellers up into 11th place. The position he's been trying to gain for the last, 4 laps? Recovering from 14th to 11th, not a bad drive from Alex Hellers there. And of course, good signs for the second race. Because, he's lapping at a pace similar to Bolivar in 10th place, at a place similar to Evil Goblin in 8th. So we could be seeing...
Hello will be definitely the one to look out for into the second race. Because he's got the pace. If he can build a big enough gap before Jesus finally gets released, then we never know what the results will be. He has, on the other hand, lost nearly a minute to Jesus.
Right, well, maybe Alex Hellers won't be the one to catch Jesus, but maybe Michelle Rodriguez can, because, of course, he's going to start ahead of him.
But they'll start side by side, that's the thing.
That's very true. Well, there you go. The first winner coming across the line, Jesus, as Michelle Rodriguez does us some celebratory flashes in the background and goes round. What a happy boy. Happy with his second place. Max Taker coming home third. A third that, you know what, I could say is deserved because he's driven well, bar the one terrible spin.
Yeah. But he's recovered from it well. He didn't lose he gained back in position. He lost.
He gained back on Diogo Texeira just by driving well, just by not making a similar mistake. And so Diogo Texeira comes across and takes 4th place, followed by Sally on a Govibakan. Not made too many overtakes today. The overtake master looking to reclaim his overtake title.
So we've got another race opportunity in the next race.
Definitely. So the last few drivers coming along the line. Bolivar coming across to take 10th place, take that final point spot. Alex Hellers takes home a deserved 11th. After pressuring C. Clement into a crash, it has happened. And here he is coming across the line, C. Clement. Finishing this race. One happy boy. 12th place is still a good position, to be fair. It's not a terribly grid here. It's not a terrible grid. There's some fast drivers, as we've seen by people like Jesus, people like Michelle Rodriguez. As we follow Mr. Sam Marsden coming around the final corner, the final driver to finish the race here. The first race in the Mercedes, and so we're going to move on to the second race when Sam crosses the line.
And hopefully, Assetto Corsa won't put me back on the grid. I say that, I think it's just put me back on the grid. I'm hoping it hasn't. It has put me back on the grid.
Here we go. So, your grid for the second race, Sam Marsden lines up on pole position. How is he going to feel? How's Sam going to feel with no one ahead of him to the start of a race? How do you react to that as a slower driver? Seeing no one ahead of you, I'd go to my head. I think I'd crumble under the pressure.
I think you definitely would. I've watched you crumble under pressure in real life, and that was for 19th place, if I remember. You got dizzy being at the lofty heights.
My spotty karting career is
of my much entertainment.
Yeah, of course, yeah. So C. Clement comes out onto the second race in P2, starting second. He did have a tough race, to be fair, last race. I say he's done well, but he had a tough race with that spin, giving up the position to Alex Heller. But, you know, the drivers are driving at their ability, you know? It's a mixed ability grid. So we'll move through them. Alex Heller, Bolivar. The drivers whose name I can't pronounce, that I'll refer to them as that. Evil Goblin lining up in 6th. Vetsku lining up in 7th. Abimanyu in 8th. And Sally in 9th. Diogo Texera lines up in position 10 after taking 4th in the first race. And Max Taker coming in at 11th. Probably an unfamiliar qualifying spot for these drivers at the back. As fast as they are, they're not used to seeing this many cars ahead of them. And you know, and maybe this is similar to the Mercedes F1 car, you know? It doesn't do well overtaking, does it? As we've seen this year, it's not built for overtaking. Are these drivers built for overtaking?
Well, there's only one way to find out, really.
I mean, it's very true. There's only one way to find out, and we will find out in the next 3 minutes when the race starts.
Yep. We did see some good battling, though, from them. Haven't really seen that from Jesus, as he's just shown us what a nice Sunday drive around the Nurburgring is.
He's been on one of the tourist days. He's just brought his Mercedes along and he's just driving around. It's just a sport for this guy. So we'll keep the camera fixed towards the back because it looks like this is where the action's going to be. You know, these drivers at the front, they're going to get off to the first corner and who knows what's going to happen. What chaos is going to unfold.
One thing I would have to say is that we could quite possibly see, if the pressure gets to some of these drivers further forward, they might end up spinning their wheels and having absolute carnage off the line. That is the thing to worry about.
That is a very good point. So at that point, what comes into play? Evasion tactics.
Well,
it's not even racing.
It's a relatively narrow start-finish straight. It is. You've got some tarmac into a wall, and then you've got tarmac onto grass, at which point you're into the wall because you're not saving that.
Yeah, as we've seen from Max, you know, that touch that grass, that's deadly.
Exactly. Well, worst case scenario is he spins back into the track.
Well, let's hope that doesn't happen. Let's keep our fingers crossed that all drivers are going to make it into turn 1, obviously out of turn 1 as well. But,
yes, of course. But
with the way the grid is set up.
As you prove it, as long as they have to brake hard for turn 1, it's absolutely fine.
In fact, this is true. The first race, there was no issues. We have got a reverse grid now, so we've got some faster drivers behind throwing into the mix, but I can see them getting through cleanly. I've got belief. The silence that your silence there, Tom, doesn't say that you do.
Was it a bit obvious?
I'm not racing, so yeah, you're all safe.
that is very true. It's a burden off everyone's shoulders.
So here we are, 30 seconds. Control your breathing, guys. Sam Marsden, P1, pole position for the Irishman in lead. Not sure what to think going into this. This is news to all of us. We've not run a reverse grid anymore.
I haven't run a second race.
Haven't run a second race before. Let's see how it goes. 6 lights on the screen. 6 lights going on. Engine notes rising, and they're off.
Away we go. A lot of wheel spin from the front.
It looks like the best starts have clearly been in the mid-pack. A few drivers making up quite a lot of spaces. Let's go wider camera. Bolivar already ahead of Sam Marsden coming into the first corner. Sam Marsden losing time. But let's look further back. Some lockups.
Great move into turn 1. Those Sam Marsden's taking the lead, I believe. Or is that Bolivar?
Look a bit further back, though. Diogo Texera comes through into 7th place. He's got by far the best start of any of the fast drivers. He's already into 6th from 10th on the grid. Further back, Jesus is struggling to battle. You know, he can't get by these back markers cleanly. Ismael Garcia and Michelle Rodriguez all battling together, Evil Goblin. Where's Max Tykert coming all of this? 7th place. Having a battle, with this driver here. He's getting pushed onto the grass. He's getting...
the lead, there's contact. Someone's off. They've held it. What have they hit? I don't know. Yes,
the back, Jesus goes off. Jesus has gone off. And there's been an accident between Evil Goblin and Ismael Garcia. And the further back, Michelle Rodriguez has gone round as well.
And Hella's committed a murder. Spun into the middle of the track. Oh my god.
And amidst all this, Jesus has got by the car. Look at the carnage in the background. Jesus has got into 5th place. See you later. He's checked out. Michelle Rodriguez, the victim here.
5, maybe 6 cars off in that. Nearly half the grid's been taken out in that one incident.
Well, let's not look at that because that was a terrible incident.
We'll skip over that.
More importantly, at the
leading
front.
the race to Alex Heller, to Diego Texera, to Max Tyker, and to Jesus.
Jesus looking to make up that time. Who's that running wide there? Is that Jesus going round? Jesus on the grass. He's losing time. He can't chase. He doesn't know what he's doing.
He's a Mercedes Formula 1 car.
He's a Mercedes Formula 1 car. Max Tyker looking to make a move into Diego Texera onto the straight. They're side by side coming into the chicane. It looks like Max is already ahead coming into the braking zone. Diogo's got the inside. He's going to settle for 4th.
Yeah, he's let that happen. He's realised. And there's a cheeky corner cut there by Alex Heller. Surely that's a slowdown or something.
There's 5 track limits warnings before you get a drive through. Alex Heller might be able to get away with
it.
this.
He's held it again.
And they're alongside each other. Alex Heller, Bolivar, Sam Marsden. He's not there. Don't know why the tower's saying he is. Bolivar out front. Bolivar leading the race. But Max Tyker is going by. Max Tyker takes first place.
Too late. Oh, my word.
Alex Heller goes in with the deepest braking I've ever seen in my life. Alex Heller goes well wide. Max Tyker takes first place. Bolivar settles for 2nd, but coming around behind him is Diogo Texera. Is going to look to chase down Max Tyker. Max Tyker. He's channeled his German. He's the German driver. He's channeled his DTM. Further behind him, as we can see, Diogo Texera looking for a way past Bolivar. Jesus looking for a way past Diogo Texera.
Are they both going to do him down the straight? Let's have a look.
It looks like that's Diogo Texera out ahead. Jesus alongside Bolivar. Jesus is thinking better of that. He's not going. You knew Bolivar was going to shut the door there. Bolivar chasing Diogo Texera, looking inside. Oh, Diogo getting in all sorts of shapes going around the corner. Jesus and Bolivar battling back for 3rd. Jesus chasing down Bolivar. It's awful quiet on that camera point.
This is intense.
I'm gonna have an aneurysm. Bolivar taking the inside line. He's hugging that inside line. He's not letting Jesus have any quarter.
Jesus went for a bit of a V there, giving him a better drive off the corner. It's just not quite enough to get in here. Bolivar going defensive. He's going to have a worse run out. Let's see. Jesus is going up the outside. He's not really there, so
he can't quite make the move. He's deep in breaker into the corner. He's coming down the left. He's trying to do a switchback, but he's not quite got the traction out the corner. It's these Mercedes. They just don't have the traction.
Bolivar too fast in.
Bolivar too fast in, coming down the straight, coming through the left. These two drivers side by side coming into this fast left corner. It looks like Bolivar is going to have to give up this position, but he's going to try and come back into the chicane. Surely,
I think he's just
Bolivar
too far back. Oh.
Not making a
He's
dangerous
making
move.
Jesus think in his mirror. Look at his mirror. Sorry.
It really is. I'll tell you that now. Bolivar chasing down Jesus, still breaking deeper into this corner. Can he make some traction out of this corner and chase down Jesus into the first? Out ahead, Max Tyker putting in the fastest lap of the race so far, 1:12.6, and he is
2 seconds faster than the next person on track.
Two and a half seconds ahead. Jesus has got 4.6 seconds to make up to take the lead.
Up.
You see it out ahead there on our camera. Diogo Texera locking up large into the corner. Jesus going to make the most of that. Going to try and take back that 2nd position. But he's running very wide, is Jesus. You see it on the camera there. He's run all the way onto the green curving.
Interesting line for Jesus there going into turn 3. Using a very tight line on the way in.
Do you think it's got to his head? He's not used to being in 3rd. I mean, he has battled, to be fair. He's battled at Imola. He's battled for 2nd. It's these Mercedes. I told you. It's like the F1 cars.
He's not really used to it, is he?
I mean, he's not gained too much time on Max Tyker yet.
I think he got used to the last race where he just didn't really have to do anything and just lapped at his own thing. Now he's got to push and make people make mistakes and make moves.
Well, he's doing that. Michelle Rodriguez is fighting his way through the pack. In 7th place now, he's just done an overtake on Sally. He's going to try and come through for Abimanu in a little bit, I'm sure. But this is a faster driver. This is the 3rd fastest driver on track, as we've seen. Can he battle from 7th to 3rd?
Taker just completely messed up the Schumacher S's, went well off the gravel,
just off camera
allowing
there.
Jesus through.
Jesus makes himself into second. 4 seconds behind Max. Can he make up 4 seconds? That's a big task.
As long as Max doesn't spin, he might be within a chance. But then, catching him's one thing, he's then got to overtake him. And there is only 8.5 minutes to go.
There's only 8.5 minutes and 1 lap. That's only, what, 5 laps?
4 to 5 laps, yes.
Goodness me. What goes through a driver's mind now? Seeing the gap ahead. Let's go on board with Jesus. Let's see what he's thinking. Is this him behind the wheel? You can't even see Max severely.
He's very possibly could be having some self-doubt creep in. Depends how good his mental fortitude is to keep going. He has just taken 0.6 of a second out of him that lap. But I don't know if it'll be enough.
Jesus there. That's the fastest lap of the race so far at 2:11.876.
At 0.6 a lap, he just won't close the gap in time. So he needs Max to make a mistake in order to get a gain on him enough.
It doesn't. Yeah, we need to get Amazon Web Services here. We need them to give us an overtaking chance.
Yeah.
Look at this line from Jesus. He's on the grass as he goes round turn 2. I've never seen a line like that. Is this his way of maximising speed in these Mercedes?
I think we need to get the track Titan system to let us know about that one.
Do you reckon he's hooking onto the curb like Initial D or something? That's what it is. He's getting in the gutter. I've seen that move before. Jesus chasing down Max. He's 3 seconds behind now. You know what?
In fairness, he has gained a second on him this lap. This could be possible, you know?
That's a second in one sector. This is the fastest first sector of anyone so far. Jesus is bearing down on Max.
As soon as he got some clean air, he just let rip and just went for it, hasn't he?
He really has. But like you say, you know, you can catch someone, but overtaking is a different matter.
I'd say with a second pace advantage through just one sector, he very well might have the advantage.
That is impressive, eh? Off onto one of the straights, Jesus might have it. Jesus putting in another best sector of anyone. He's gained another half a second on Max through the next second sector. Bearing down, Bolivar crumbling down the leaderboard. Oh, he's had a spin.
Oh no, that's unfortunate for him. He was doing so well.
He was doing so well. He was out in the lead at one point. Rejoining there, just in front of Vetsku as he comes by to take 10th.
I'd say Alex Heller is right on the back of him.
Right on the back of who? Abimanyu?
Yeah, I think Abimanyu, sorry.
Into the chicane. Alex Heller's breaking deep.
He's gone too late. He's gone too late.
He's gone far too late. He's going into the wall.
Oh.
Oh no, Alex Heller.
He
A
needs
day
to turn
late
that
and a dollar
ABS
short.
off.
A day late and a dollar short. That's what that break-in was. I'll tell you that now.
Can I just say, I think Jesus has just done the fastest lap we've seen so far today of a 2:11.6.
2:11.6. This man is a machine. He's still gaining on Max Tyker. He's now only 2.4 seconds behind him. We'll catch up with them when these aren't battling. Who's this here? Sally coming through, trying to take the overtake once again. Alex Heller's breaking deep and going right off track, and he's in the sand.
No, he just doesn't have enough braking.
He just can't get the braking right on this Mercedes. And Sally comes through. Once again, the overtake master, Sally. He's going to be happy with that, I'm sure.
I think he needs to take a lesson from what Jesus was saying in the Discord earlier of just turning off the ABS. Takes a couple of laps to get used to it, but you do find speed in these.
You're definitely doing these cars, definitely. Michelle Rodriguez now in 5th. He's battled up from, where was he? 8th? After his first lap antics. Incredible. What a drive from him. Drive for the day? Well, we'll see. We'll see. We've got 4.5 minutes left.
If Jesus gets the win, I think it's just got to be Jesus drive the day, because quite honestly, he's come from dead last to second, avoided all of the carnage, and has just put lap after lap in consistently quick.
Very true. You know what? It's up in the air. We need to have a vote.
There goes the move. Michelle Rodriguez up to 4th place.
Easy as you like. Straight through on Abimanyu. Abimanyu not having the answer for it. But now Michelle Rodriguez 10 seconds behind Diogo Teixeira. It looks like he might not be able to catch him in the time for the end of the race.
I think Vetsku might be shaping up to make a move soon. There's only a second gap between there.
That's a little bit further back there, yeah, for 9th and 8th position. But off in front, Jesus still lapping faster than Max Taker. He's lapping, let's see as they come across the line, 4 tenths faster than Max per lap. Can he make 2 seconds? You know what? He was gaining a second a sector before. It's not so much anymore.
No. He's got to gain 2 seconds in the next, I think it's about 3 laps they've got left.
That's a tight one. That's a tight one. We'll see how that goes. We'll see how it develops further to front. Vetsku coming onto the pit straight, looking to make a move on our favourite driver on track today. But you were really pressed. You can't put 2 English people here and try and get them to speak. Oh, and Vetsku, he locks up his brakes to the first corner and he loses all of his progress that he's made over the last few laps. That might put him out of contention for taking that last 8th place spot.
Jesus has gained about 4 tenths of a second this lap as well, so he's still on the charge.
Jesus putting in the best first sector of anyone today with a 39.902. Still on the charge, still hunting Max Taker. Can he make up 1.7 seconds? Only 2.5 minutes plus a lap. These drivers on the limit. As you can see, they are not allowing anything to deter their confidence, their concentration. But really, all credits to Max here. You know, we've chatted a lot about how Jesus has got his head down and gone ahead at races, and I know he's chasing Max here, but Max has done a fantastic drive this race. You know?
He's not let the mistakes of the first race slip in so far. He's now looking at 2 laps to go when he crosses the line. So is he going to win it? Who knows? I think if he does win it, Jesus is going to be absolutely kicking himself about that mistake he made earlier on.
I'm sure he will. That's really going to have affected his race. It would have been a win, realistically, if he hadn't have done that. But there we go. That's how racing goes, eh? 1.3 seconds between them at the top as they come across for the second last lap.
What a lap.
That's a 1:11.361 from Jesus. Jesus is a man of pure concentration. That's the fastest we've seen today.
That's
incredible.
That's an insane lap. I don't really know what to say.
Yeah.
He's taken a second out of him in the 1 lap. So
in 1 lap, he's taken a second out of Max. He's within DRS range. I mean, they don't have DRS, but he's within DRS range.
Quite, but yeah, see what you mean.
Within a second of each other. The second bang on as they come through into the long sweeping left-hand area at Nurburgring, trail braking all the way to the apex. Jesus with his eyes glued on Max Taker's bumper.
Yeah, Max has done a slightly better sector there, but he's lost a little bit of time on the exit there. So the time's once again being reeled in by Jesus.
Coming through the Dunlop curve, the classic Dunlop curve.
Oh, he's gone too quick. He's carried a bit too much speed in. That's going to cost him on the way out, surely.
It has Jesus making up about a 10th in a corner there as Max lets the mistakes creep in. He can't let it happen.
Pressure's getting to him.
You can't let the mistakes creep in when you've got a driver like Jesus behind you. He's gonna make you. He'll punish you if you make the mistakes. But we've only got a 1.5 laps left for Jesus to make this move, make a second up.
We're getting to the point now where he's going to be assisted by that draft and down that back straight. As long as he gets a good final corner and a good chicane here, Jesus very well could possibly be right on the bumper of him going into turn 1.
Very true. As the drivers come through, he got a second between them as they come into the chicane. Jesus braking deep, braking straight, most importantly, like we say, but losing a lot of time out the corner. He's gone wide. He's let the rear end try to overtake the front, and he's lost 2 tenths. 2 tenths out of the corner.
He's
Max is going to be a happy man seeing that.
Yeah, he put an absolutely fantastic lap, and that one just wasn't quite as good. He still gained a little bit on him that, but it's just not the laps he was putting in, was it?
Is it enough for the final lap? These two drivers nose to tail.
It's all on Max now. Any mistakes will be game over.
Let's follow Max more closely, see if he can make up anytime, or not lose any time at the very least.
Jesus, very sloppy, car all over the place.
It's mentality. It's mentality. You see a driver out front, you see yourself making mistakes on the last lap, and you begin kicking yourself.
I think Alex Haller's had a crash because he's dropped off my top 10 leaderboard.
He has, I think, out of the chicane, which is another place for him to crash. You know, he's crashed there before as well.
He's crashed there twice.
He's having a nightmare. Max,
as we were
using all
talking
the
about,
curb.
he hit possibly in for a win here today, and he's... Well, if there was a win for the most incidents, I think you might be taking it.
You know, he did a fantastic first race, making a lot of places, but I think it was the recklessness that got him the overtakes, and it was the recklessness that got his downfall.
By the sword,
Jesus.
die by the sword.
Very true. It's a sharp blade, eh?
Yeah, Max Verstappen found that one out the other day, didn't he?
Oh, that's very true. That is true. Jesus, struggling right now. 1.5 seconds. He's lost half a second to Max here. Max just putting in good laps. You know, Max has gained half a second this lap
Yeah,
on Jesus.
as long as he doesn't have a massive error now into the chicane or the final corner, this should be just done for him. It
nailed-on
should
victory.
be the win. Yeah.
It's a nailed-on victory. Comes through the chicane, taking the plenty of curb there, coming round the final corner, and
As long as he doesn't repeat the first race here, he should have the win.
I'm on tenterhooks. Is he gonna have it? He's
Yeah,
smart. He's
that's
playing
it.
it smart. He
He's
comes
sorted it.
along to take the win. He's fended off Jesus for multiple laps here. It's not an easy driver to fend off, but there he is celebrating
By
in
stuffing
style.
it into the barrier.
Celebrating in style. Max Tiger takes home the win, and a good win that was. Jesus
Fantastic
doing
win.
some celebratory donuts with Max
Yeah.
here. And so it's Max Tiger
Yeah.
from Jesus, from Diogo Teixeira, takes home a podium.
Oh, yeah, fantastic job by Diego. Michelle Rodriguez comes in 4th at the end. So it's a very good race by all round. I think
Very good race all round. Who was your driver of the day? Taking
I'd
into
say-
account both races.
I'd say it's got to be Jesus taking pole and then a lights to flag victory in the first race, and then it's getting so close in the second race. It's got to be
So
Jesus
close. So close. You know what? I'll be inclined to agree. But one of these days, we've got to have someone take him down a notch. So if you're a fast driver and you're watching this live stream, there's a spot for you to come and win one of these races, because Jesus is having too much. Having too much success.
for me. Someone needs to reel him in.
Someone needs to reel him in at some point. As the drivers are all enjoying themselves, celebrating a bit. You know what? It's a community race. I'm glad that everyone seems to have had fun.
Yeah, that's the main thing at the end of the day.
And so there we have it. One other race, another Track Time community race finished. The 4th one, Mercedes at Nurburgring. We'll be here next week. Every Tuesday at 7, we have the same race. Can anyone else win? This is a new winner. Max has not won before. We've had a win from Jesus, we've had a win from Michelle Rodriguez, and now we've had our 3rd ever winner in Max Tiger, flying the Track Titan flag. He's holding us up high. We look good now.
There we go, fantastic. Yeah, I think we've done a sterling job in the commentary as well.
You know what? I think you've been the best addition to the live stream, Tom, because I didn't talk about oranges this week, and that's what it was last week.
We made it all the way to 8 o'clock before you finally talked about oranges.
I'm a man that likes oranges. What can I say? And there we go. From the Nurburgring, then. Your winners are Jesus and Max Taker. It looks like we're gonna have to redo this reverse grid next time, because it's been a good experiment and it's gone very well.
Yeah, I think so. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for joining us, and to all the viewers that are watching, thank you for joining us today. I've been Adam Chapman from Track Titan, and Tom.
That's it. I'm Tom. We'll see you
Thomas
next time.
Jones. I was going to let you introduce yourself, but I've been Adam Chapman. He's been Thomas Jones. Thank you for joining us. It's been a pleasure to commentate. And you know what? I can't wait for next week.
It'll be great.
Fantastic stuff. Well, thank you once again, and we will see you next week.